All right, and we are live. Happy Independence Day Eve. Jerry, how are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Got my baby in the background here cooing along, hopefully. So we at least have one audience member. See if anybody else wants to join us up on the live chat.
It's amazing. They're a sponge at this age, right?
Oh yeah, He's learning all sorts of good behavior from me. How are you doing? What's happening over in the Brand family for the 4th of July?
We are still find ourselves in the mountains. So Breckenridge 4th of July parade tomorrow. Spend a little bit of time hiking and just enjoying the sunshine out here.
Awesome. What's the weather like? Is it cool or is it really hot?
No, it's actually like a beautiful 70, 75.
Nice.
A little bit breezy, a lot of sun.
Well, that's awesome. I am, as you can see, at the beach. I live here. Doesn't look quite like this, but I will be down at the beach tomorrow and have a little barbecue. But it is in the 80s. They just actually canceled the town. There's like 2 different fireworks shows. They just canceled tonight's fireworks show because it's too likely to be thunderstorm and breezy. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Anyway, today we're here to chat about Nexus and all fun things AI. I was thinking before we launch this, maybe we just spend a little time on some of the hidden features or little Easter eggs that we have in here that people may not have noticed if they played with our tool. Let me throw my favorite on, which is 50% my screen. Nexus. Yeah. There we go. Hopefully you can see this, right? Yeah. This is settings. So exciting, I know. But what I really like about this is this is a very tightly tested and set up assistant role that sits on top of our provided roles. It gets me good results from my assistant that I've named Jarvis. I like that you can customize the name, you can customize the personality, and the roles are important because for me, it's like I like punchy one-liners and vivid metaphors. But I also like that on top of a kind of organized and focused project manager persona. So while this is kind of boring to look at, I love how it manifests in having Jarvis over here, where I can say, help me plan the perfect 4th of July BBQ and turn on a reasoning model and just let it rip. And yeah, it knows who I am. It knows what I like, and it is going to not only give me a plan that I can execute, but it's going to be customized to my personality and have a little bit of context on what I've done before, so that I get back kind of useful things. I find myself using this so much every day. Smoke brisket. Oh, 12 hour. I should have added that I don't have that much free time, but it sounds delicious if somebody else can do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would concur. I'm constantly using the AI assistants with Reddit. I wear a few hats. So I'm on the board for the nonprofit stuff, with Enable, just a mother and doing parent things at my child's school is crafting emails, thinking through ideas, but like mine's name is Shelby. So Shelby, like Jarvis, knows a lot about me, and because we have that information filled out. So this is a great demo for people to see and play with a little bit, right? Like put some things in there that even challenge the AI assistant in how it's working with you.
Yeah, exactly. And I also love that, with the mobile app, we can do a lot of that stuff while we're on the run too. So I can go and pull up my task management and I can say, create a shopping list for the perfect 4th of July barbecue that involves a faster than 12-hour smoked brisket recipe. Helped me figure out where to go nearby in Norwalk, Connecticut, to get all the ingredients I need today and make it as easy and delicious as possible. And I might actually follow this advice when I process this through, see how it goes. But again, I love that zero friction from idea to a workspace. I'm always thinking about ways to try to get that even more seamless as we prioritize future features and experiences. Now that this is created, you can see that's the thing I just asked for, and it's churning away right here, and I just love that. So yeah, let's see. What do you think, Jerry?
Now, do you layer on the different AI personalities at the top there with the drop down?
Ooh, that's a good question. Yeah. So sometimes, yeah. I mean, I think that what is fun with this is if I want to be like Dad Joke Deluxe, which I swear wasn't trained on my data. Right, and invitation to this event. Actually, clear out some space here. Ahoy! So it's still doing me type stuff, and got lots of fun things happening. And actually, another thing I can do is describe the perfect image for this event. That's a dad joke. Copy that. And take it over to image gen. And do a little magic prompt, clean it up, and generate that image and see what it does. It's even got the cedar plank salmon and brisket that it recommended. A neural network potato salad. That could be good. Yeah. Yeah.
So here's a dad question. You have two little ones. What do you think their academic experience is going to be 7 to 10 years from now?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm actually directly thinking about that with my older son, who's 6. I taught him at a very young age that he can use the voice transcription in his iPad or in any iPhone he grabs. So he has really just kind of jumped into that, and he uses it all the time to create things. There's a really cool program called Scratch Junior for kids around that age, and it's like a intro to programming kind of drawing, and you can kind of animate things. And so he likes to make little movies or animations or books. And then when the characters are talking, they're actually talking with, typed out words that he dictates. And he's gotten really enthusiastic and into learning and reading, and I feel like the AI has kind of helped him. The voice transcription AI has helped him, and then different games we play with AI, like charades or trivia, like that's fun too. I mean, I think it's gonna be a huge part of his life. What about you, Jerry? Since you're directly involved in sitting on the board of an educational institution, how are you and your peers thinking about it?
Yeah, one of the things recently that we've dove so deep into is cognitive processing capabilities, right? Because the influence in how you leverage AI there's a lazy button option, right? There's a path where you can say, well, I'm just going to let it do all the work. And there's another path, right, that requires a little bit of training and discipline, but that path is more about how do I use this to kind of optimize, enhance, further do things that I previously wouldn't be able to do. A great example, like my daughter has dyslexia. So writing and reading have always been incredibly challenging for her. She's so creative. Like she can write stories and tell stories, but she's been unwilling to put those on paper, right? And like turn them in as part of her work. So that voice transcription, that AI checking for readability, right? Helping her correct spelling, doing those sorts of things. There's certainly a huge advantage deployed in the right way. And so I think about like large classroom sizes where you have individual learners who just need small tweaks, right? And a teacher today doesn't have the bandwidth to go through and make all those customizations for a learning plan for the individuals in their classroom. So deployed thoughtfully in the classroom space, right? This could really help kids maybe who are just sitting in the middle and not really being challenged or being left behind, or are really advanced and can't be challenged because the teacher's attention is elsewhere, right? This can really help individualize those plans and allow students and humans to excel in a way that they haven't in the past. And so I think we're going to see kind of huge disruptions or opportunities in the academic space, because I love that sky is the limit, right? Like don't put a cap on what kids can do. And I think if anyone wants to get really creative, right, just like putting this in the kids' hands and coaching through in the right way, like seeing what kids are able to do at every age level is going to be phenomenal. And I think the world is going to be shocked by what comes of that.
You're here.
Hey, Nicole.
We're training the next generation.
Yeah.
Hi. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
No? Yeah. Perfect.
No. So
I know I came into that a little bit late, but yeah, I think we're training the next generation. So
yeah. No.
There's probably a delay. My bad.
I think that it's
But giving them it's this. Go ahead. All you.
You're like on like a 5-second delay, I think. So you start talking, then I start talking. So yeah. Glad to hear, Nicole. Great points, Jerry. Like absolutely. And I think also, with Nicole's kids, I know you guys have a lot of really cool things you do for kids, with AI. And but yeah, I mean, one of the things I see a lot that, I hope Nexus helps to disprove is how much more AI is than just a chatbot, right? Like the ability to personalize and customize and, education being so critical. I think health and biology are going to have huge advances in what can be done, for an individual. Like any industry really that requires a finer grain customization than it does have today, I think that the disruption area is huge. But the thing with the kids is way more important since it actually matters. And, we're all dealing with it firsthand right now. So it is exciting to see. Plus they're sponges, so they pick it all up. So like second nature. And all of these like hand-wringing debates about what are we going to do about AI or not, like they'll figure it out. They're pretty good at adapting. And hope that your Bluetooth works. No. What are other kind of fun, seeing little nuggets that people like or use with Nexus that helps make their job or their personal life easier?
So like James, right? Like we recently traveled cross country. So I've been using it as a bit of a trip planner and organizer. That's been a very practical use with research, planning, things like that. So I've deployed that for our trip out here and exploring space. And we'll prepare to drive back cross country again, and we'll use it in that way. Recipes are great, right? Like dinner parties. It allows you to not spend so much time like thinking about the activity. Like, hey, I'm gonna invite 12 people and need a recipe, right? What can I prepare ahead of time? Almost project planning, mini project planning in your daily life.
Absolutely. I really liked your post. If you're on the Nexus community, if folks can see it, how much of that did you write? Like, how did you? What was your process for travel logging? Are you using the voice a lot, or do you find yourself like sitting and reflecting?
Oh, yeah. So this is a fun one. Yeah. So there were two ways that I did it, right? So first was just the voice logging, right, with my pictures of here's kind of where I visited. But then what I did was I took that a step further and I actually used the researcher to pull in some information and craft a secondary. So like you'll actually see two posts from me for Wyoming whiskey. One was just more the raw traveling. Here's my blog and what I did. And then the second version was I used what I recorded along with a little bit of researcher. And the reason I did that is I would actually like to do a bit of like a, like down the road reflection, like 2 years, 3 years from now, as we're sitting around talking about that experience, this allows me as like memories to go back and look more deeply at what we did, right? And have a more comprehensive story put together. So I'm actually looking into taking some of our photos from our trip and making a storybook for my daughter. So she has these travel memories in the forms of mini books.
Very cool. Yeah, to nerd out a little bit, I spent a long time trying to figure out like for personal like memory and note taking, like what is the best app solution, right? And there's all sorts of like customizations you can do for like idea capture and storage of things. And one of the tools I always come back to is Roam Research, in part because it's very open-ended, but you can still link things together. And it's there's a very niche nerdy community. It's actually been, I think, shrinking. People like different tools now, like Evernote or Notion, and they've taken some of the same functionality. But one of the things that always gets me that I think AI solves that I didn't realize when I started this is organization has always been a problem with note taking. Like, do you organize by the day or by the topic or by the stage of a process, and how do you link notes together and do all that? And with the right, either an agentic AI that can move through your notes and kind of organize it for you, or a massive large context model, it doesn't matter, which is kind of crazy because then all this effort on organization might have been wasted, except your AI still needs to know how to organize your stuff. And so if you care about that type of thing, having thought it through is really cool. But I have a giant Evernote repo. I've got 2 giant Roam repos. I've got stuff scattered all over the place, and it's on my like to-do list one of these days to just dump it all into Nexus and let things start to organize and clarify. And I think that'll be really powerful when I ever get around to it.
Yeah, that'll be amazing.
Let's see. Any comments from the community? Anybody following along live? Tend to see viewership kind of take up in the replay, but love to take questions live or answer things from last week.
Yeah, I know one of the updates that we've made, Randy, just for our users or for anyone who plays us back, our YouTube channel now has a series of our demo learning videos clustered. So you can actually go in there and open the entire cluster of demo videos to look at different parts of Nexus and drill down and get some of those demonstrations from the team. So that's a great addition to our resource library at this point in time. So I just want to put that plug in there for anybody looking.
Yeah, how do we, wait, where is that? Where do we find that? That's in the videos.
My screen's here. Give me just a second. I'll try and pull it up.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I'm unable to screen share. But yeah, if you're going into our enable YouTube
Here we go.
videos.
Nexus image analysis. I see it. Okay. We should add it to a playlist.
I have another image that I want to add to this document. I'm going to make space
Yeah,
for
there you go.
this image, and then I can click the image button, select the image, and add it. And then I'll free size it. I want to use AI to describe this image. I can do that by clicking on the image analysis button and then choosing the file that I want to load. As soon as I select it, I can analyze the image, give it a moment, and it will give me a concise description with both the visual elements and the objects and scenes that we see in that image. I can copy all of this out, and if I wanted it for whatever reason, I can add it directly to my canvas.
Awesome. Yeah, that's really helpful to have those all here. Link to the thing here down in the comments.
Perfect.
David with the voice of an angel. Agree. Cool. Yeah, well, I guess one more thing for the 4th of July. It is fireworks season. I would love to see fireworks throughout our community feed. So I think a challenge to anybody watching this, I'll post it up in the Nexus as well, but either photograph or generate some amazing fireworks pictures, and let's take the next 3 days and just load it up. And the winner of the best generated fireworks picture, we can give you guys, I don't know, access to our pro level for a month. Maybe we'll make a vote. So take a look in the community, post your stuff up. We'll pick our top 4 or 5 and do a vote on Monday for the community to decide who's going to get access to pro features, which is a $50 value. It's really a $500 value. We make it $50, and it'll be free for you if you win our fireworks creation contest.
Perfect.
Post that there. Well, I hear the beach calling. It's a little short Nexus Live this week, but I hope you have a wonderful time up in the mountains, Jerry.
Likewise, have a happy 4th to you and your family.
All right, and thanks everybody for joining.
Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.